Welcome back from the break. This is Tricia Zima reporting here at the MG Concours and the OAMC 2022 car show. Now, who sponsors this show?
Sponsored by the RACV. They've provided some sponsorship for the AOMC, but they've also provided some money to the MG Car Club, so that's helped us out with our trophies this year.
And you're the actual director of the concours.
Yeah, they call me, I'm the chairman of the committee, so we have 13 people on our committee that run the concours, and we also look after the concours manual, which is really the Bible of all the of all the models of MGs and their originality. So I'm the chairman of the committee.
And what does it mean to be a director of the concours on the day?
I guess it's the culmination of all the work that we do during the year and bringing this day together. So I guess on the day today I had over 30 people here this morning at 6:45, all ready to help. So that's what makes our club, but it also is what makes the day. So really what I'm doing on the day is just overseeing what's already been done. So it's a pleasure to be here on the day. It's the build up to it that is very active.
So you have to design how the course is laid out?
Yeah, so I design based on what estimation of different model cars we're going to have, and we lay it out to the best that we can based on how many we believe are coming. Today we had 207 MGs in total, so all the way from the pre-war all the way up to the 2022 MG.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's a fantastic turnout, especially in the times.
So how many people do you think visited and came through the gate today?
It's a great question. I mean, if you think about, many of the cars have two people in them, but visitors through the whole show. When I looked up the main road today, there might have been 400 or 500 people just milling around the cars at any one time. So as the gates opened at 10 for the public, you could really see a stream of people coming through. So yeah, I would say it'd be interesting to find out from the AMC, but I would say that they get over 1,000 people here today.
I would say double that.
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah. Now, what does the day itself entail?
So what we're really doing is we're bringing our car club cars together. I mean, that's the primary reason today. As we say, come and just join in. Whether you want to enter the competition as far as the concours goes, but just come for the fun. Come along and join in, bring a picnic table, meet the other people who are an MG. So that's the essence of the reason, but it's also to bring their families along. So often we have the owner of the car that comes to the club. Today's the day when you would bring the kids, bring the spouse, bring the relations. I saw brothers and sisters here of some of our members who haven't necessarily seen a car show like this. So it's really the culmination of seeing everybody involved in the club that particular member of the family is involved in.
And that's really lovely to share it with the family. I mean,
Right.
My dad shared my love of my MG down to me.
Fantastic. And it's quite amazing that we see that people sort of think a car club is male orientated.
Yeah.
Well, it certainly is not. You look at Kay Hurley here, the president of our current club. She was into MGs and brought her husband into loving MGs. So again, a similar story to yours where it was passed down to you. So it's not necessarily the male that starts the process, that's for sure.
And my dad was very much of the vein that if you drove the car, you worked on the car. So none of this, the boys worked on it and the girls got to sit back.
No, exactly.
So how does the day run?
So pretty much when we get everybody parked up, we have our gates opening at 8 o'clock. So by 9 o'clock, we want all the cars in place that are going to be judged. And then we have a judges briefing at 9:15, and Matthew will do a briefing to all our judges and give them a rundown of the day. And then they will judge the cars up until 12 o'clock. So they will judge a particular class that they're an expert in, and they'll do that up until 12 o'clock. All the score sheets come in to the competition director. He has his panel of admin. They start entering all those figures in, and then we start tallying up who's come first, second, third in a class. And then those classes are also part of a major group.
Right.
So we have 3 major groups: vintage, classic and modern. So those 3 groups all receive a group trophy.
Oh,
And then we have what's called the Peter Manton Trophy, and that is the best presented car on the day. So many people would think, well, surely the newest car is going to win it. As we saw, one of the oldest cars won it today.
how about that?
Yeah, so a 1932 J2 won the Peter Manton
Oh,
best
that's
presented
fantastic.
car. So it's
And
excellent.
what about all the other cars that are here today?
From our point of view, all 207 were MGs, but also in the show itself out in the OMC, from what I saw, because I didn't go out there, but I could see Volvos and BMWs and Triumphs and Mokes and many other, Mercedes, Jaguar. They also had motorbikes. So I saw a fantastic display of old motorbikes there. When you talk to the Walter Magiltons and some of our members now that are well into their late 80s and 90s, they continue to have that debate as to when the first MG actually came out of the factory. And I guess it's always that, was the first prototype made, is that the first MG? Or is it actually the first MG that they decided on would be the first model? And I think that's where the argument becomes between 1923 and 1924.
Okay, now the next thing is what does MG stand for?
Well, in my mind, it stands for Morris Garages. Yeah, so that's what I was taught, and that's just what I stay with. So I know there's other, meanings of it as well. So I stick with Morris Garages, Tricia.
So do I. But the debate rages on,
It
doesn't
will
it?
continue. Yes.
Now, I heard you talking to the Ladies Register as well today, and you were talking about the innovative way that you were expanding the types of things that you do to bring the family more into the club.
Yeah, it's very much the case, and that's what I love about this club, that we have what we call registers, different groups inside the umbrella of the MG Car Club Victoria. And people like Josie Eales now as the captain of the ladies, she's wanting to continue to raise the focus of the ladies in the club, because as we know, yourself and many other ladies are involved in this club. And so they have a register themselves. It's a way of, again, bringing their spouses, bringing their families into the club. And it's like the youth register, but people don't realise that they can actually come and try and be trained in an MG at the age of 12.
And that MG is loaned from the MG Car Club?
Yeah, so we have one MG midget that is dedicated to the youth register. So they have that to learn to drive. They'll go up to Rob Roy, our hill climb circuit, but they'll be driving around on the flat, and they get a chance to drive a car at 12 years old.
Oh, that's
And
fabulous.
some of those people I now race against at 16, 17 years old, and the majority at the moment are girls.
Oh, really?
So we go back to that.
Oh, girl
So
power, I love it.
from 12 to 16 years old, the youth have a chance to be involved in MGs. Yeah,
Yep, absolutely fabulous.
it's great.
Thank you so much for taking your time, especially
pleasure.
it's so busy. And it
Yes.
has cleared out a little bit as people have
It's
gone
cleared
home.
now, yeah.
But you deserve a beer when you get home. Relax
Thank you, Tricia.
and cool off. And
Yeah.
thank you very much for your time.
It's been great. Thank you.
Pleasure to visit
Thanks
with
for
you.
your interest. Thanks.
No worries.